Let's take this example. I'll quickly draw an S curve. Again, you'll learn what an S curve is in a little bit. This is nothing but a representation style. It's called S curve because it is in the shape of S. So this is the S curve. What does it represent? It represents nothing but the budget curve. So at the end, we have budget at completion. In the horizontal line, we have time, and on the vertical line, we have cost. So this here is the trend of the budget. So at the end of the budget, the project time, the stop where the budget takes, it's called budget at completion. So what happens here is the latest trends I'm talking about. Here, this is a budget, right? This is not the actual cost. So actual cost will be something like this, more than the budget. And the earned value, the EVM that we talked about, EVM is earned value management. So the EV here, the earned value, that is much less than the budget. Earned value is nothing but the total work done. So what happens usually in this earned value management, traditionally, is that they only consider the costs, right? So the costs are the basis of traditional EVM, but they don't consider the time at all. Earlier, this was the case, but now the trends with the coming of agile, with the coming of the rolling wave, with the continuous feedback from the sprints. The time is also being very, very important. So as I said, there are trends. This is the trend that I'm talking about. Now the formulae are also calculated vertically. So they are including the time also, right? So whatever is the length, this is now going to be the value that they are going to calculate. Earlier, it was only these vertical values that were important, or the differences between these two. They were important, but now with the emerging trends, they are also considering the horizontal values. That is, the time is being included in the latest trends. I know it's very difficult at this point of time. When we reach the fourth process, we will all understand this much better. So for now, don't think too much on this. We will dedicate time to learn about this much in detail in the just coming slides. So yeah, let's quickly jump into the processes. The first process in cost management, plan cost management. Again, let us follow the same steps that we have done before. First, we will learn the outputs, the target of this total process, and then what inputs we have, and then what tools and techniques we use to convert these inputs to outputs. So this plan cost management, it is only done at specific times. It is not done throughout the project. So also an important information, just keep it in the back of your mind. So let's have a look at the targeted outputs. We only have one output from this process, the cost management plan. So what does it mean? The cost management plan is, of course, as you can see, this is a component of project management plan, right? So project management plan has 10 different components. We have learned that in the first class of the knowledge areas. So the cost management plan is one of the main important components of that final project management plan. So similar to the schedule management plan, this also has its own set of information when we finish making it. So what things it can establish, if we say the final plan, the chart, it will have the unit of measure, in how many days, how many months, what is the cost that is mentioned, the level of precision. If you recollect, in the schedule management, the level of scheduling, or the level of precision or level of accuracy in the scheduling was measured in days and months, like plus minus 1 day, plus minus 1 week, something like that. But here, the level of precision is done in two ways. One is level up and level down. What does it mean? Imagine you have 99.5 rupees, just an example. If it is level up, it is considered as 100 rupees. If it is level down, it is considered as 99 rupees. Just simple precision closing. That's it. Okay, and we will have a control threshold here. It's like how much we can afford to allow. That is called the control threshold. So that is also available here. And then reporting formats, all those organizational formats, everything will be as output of the cost management plan. Let's quickly have a look at what inputs we have. It is important for us to rush because we have some important formulae to learn at the fourth process. because that is an important task. It is better we spend as much time as possible in that fourth process. Okay, so whatever things that we have learned, I'm speeding it up for the betterment of everybody. Okay, so inputs, we have project charter. Why we need project charter? It is to verify whether the pre-approved amounts are matching here or not. So, and secondly, the project management plan. Why do we need it? To consider the schedule and risks. And we have learned the enterprise environmental factors. It's important everywhere. We need what internal environment is going to affect me, what external environment is going to affect me. So enterprise environmental factors act as input here. And then, of course, the organizational process assets, what ideology to follow, what methodology to follow, everything is important input for the plan cost management. Let's quickly move to the tools. Expert judgment. Of course, we will consult the expert. Here, what expert can come handy? The cost estimation experts, or the word EVM that I mentioned, earned value management. There are consultants who are experts in earned value management. So organizations usually go and hire them. And data analysis, for this process, alternative analysis can be one good tool. You all remember what alternative analysis is, right? So we have 2 or 3 different options as solutions. We choose one of these alternatives. So it's done in a systematic way. So that is the tool that can fit best here. And then, of course, the meetings are an important tool for the plan cost management to convert the inputs to outputs. That was quick, right? So moving on, estimating the costs. This process is not done at specific times. It is done throughout the process. We have to estimate the cost throughout the process, right? So keep that in mind. Let's have a look at the expected outputs. We have 3 outputs expected. The cost estimates. These cost estimates, they are usually presented in a single summary, or they can be detailed. The line by line details can also be given as estimates. It all depends on the organization's way of working. And all what when we talk about what happens here is that all the estimates for multiple teams are finalized, right? So for the man, machine, method, for the facilities, what is the estimate for the information technology, the internet, the power, electricity, what costs do we have to spend for each and every of this component, every component here, that is estimated. And also the finance charges from the banks. Every organization doesn't have money reserves for itself. Sometimes it goes and lends money from other banks. So how we have to pay back to that bank, all those estimates are done in this cost estimates. And basis of estimates, it focuses on assumptions. All the assumptions are gathered, all the constraints are mentioned. So, and what if something goes wrong, right? So how did we assume that this particular process, let's say information technology, in the cost estimate, why did we estimate it to that level, right? So everything has to be reasoned here in basis of estimates. And finally, the project document updates. What documents can be updated? Assumptions log, risk register can be updated, lessons learned register can be updated.